So I had kind of a fun sequence of thoughts, and to start off with, I'll start with with women. So like the challenge women face is in relationships with men is that they want men to love them more than they love themselves. More than the man loves himself. The woman wants the man to love her more than he loves himself. So the reason that is essentially because the woman knows that somehow she is more loved than the man is love in what he's putting his attention on. And so we're all kind of like this in relationships. We want people to love us more than they love themselves. And the reason that is because we know the part of us that is real knows that we are more real than the things that other people are, the people that we want to love us are preoccupied with. And so, the man who sort of loves himself is, the things that he associates with what his self is not really the real self. And so the woman feels like, well, he's got all this time to be loving all this bullshit. He should love me instead. Now the problem is, now we're going back to the whole. When we want other people to love us more than they love themselves, because the part of us that is real, the witness of our lives that is connected to God, that is essentially God looking through our eyes, knows that it is real, and it is better to love that than all these silly things on the surface. The problem is when we get into a relationship, we forget to differentiate our own bullshit from that which is ourself to be loved. And so as soon as we want our partner to love us, we sort of overlook all of our own bullshit that we call self that is non-self. And so our self says, hey, love me, I want to be loved. And then because we're so closely associated to the nonsense that is non-self, we overlook the non-self that we bring to the relationship, while seeing very perfectly clear the non-self in our partner. So it's very obvious. It's more obvious to us, the non-self that the man loves. When we're talking about a man and a woman, it's very obvious to the woman, the non-self, the sort of self-obsessed man, who's got all these things that he's preoccupied with that, make him, feel like he's cool, that he looks good, that he's great, that he's, whatever. She sees that, but she does, when she gets into the relationship, she doesn't see all of her own, like, non-self bullshit that stands in the way of, him really loving her. And so, what we want is for others to love us more than they love themselves, because we want the self that we want to be loved is more the real self. So it's not really that we want them to love us more than they love themselves, it's that we want the self to be loved more than we want the nonsense on the surface of the self to be loved. But we forget that what we've associated with the self when it comes to us is also nonsense on the surface of the self. And so, like, when we want someone to love us, we want us to be loved included with all of our bullshit. But when it comes to loving others, it's like, well, yeah, I love them, but I don't, it's like, fuck all that bullshit, that they bring along with them. So I don't know, I just thought that was kind of fun, some fun thoughts